In Blindspotting, Mise-en-scène helps us to understand Colin's inner conflict and perception of change through lighting, composition, and performance, painting him in a familiar yet rapidly shifting environment. Let's take a look at the opening sequence. Blindspotting's opening sequence is a split-screen ode to Oakland. It establishes both similarity and difference within the frame, contrasting familiar landmarks, happy community, love, and celebration with violence, gentrification, and homelessness. Director Carlos Lopez Estrada juxtaposes the two to showcase a beautiful yet flawed city of Oakland. While one side of the screen may be in stark contrast to the other, it is all representative of the city. The first narrative visual we see is Colin opening his eyes. He is awake. As the camera cuts away, he is revealed in an empty courtroom. 2 guards surround him in frame, blocking the only way out. As he has read his sentence, the camera and audio is distorted. He comes to. A quick match cut puts Colin in bright purple and green lights. The lighting has contrast, harsh greens and purples mixed, establishing Colin as a deeply conflicted character. The confusion on his face makes it seem as if he traveled as quickly through time as we have. But for him, almost a year has passed. He seems stuck. Notice Miles and Dez's position, surrounding him, much like the guards, blocking the only exit of the 2-door vehicle. The similarity between the first scene and this one suggests that much like the prison system, his relationships are holding him back from a life of freedom and prosperity.
You're no quick way.
Change. The people around Colin, particularly Miles, have a strong resistance towards it. Oakland is changing. There are new people, new buildings. A completely foreign hipster culture is manifesting itself. But as a black man, a convicted felon, nearing the end of his probation, Colin's journey towards freedom is centered around that very thing. Change. Will he welcome it graciously? Will he reject all forms of it entirely? It's pretty clear how his best friend feels about it. Estrada opens this question early to emphasize it. How will Colin navigate his progression to a free and happy future? Colin drives back to his halfway house, sticking to his curfew, playing the role he has been confined to. No Miles, no guns, no bullshit. He's stopped at a red light, a roadblock. He's late. Bathed in red light, we feel that Colin is in immediate danger. The clock ticks. We are relieved when the light turns green, but he doesn't. The danger approaches still. A man. Not angry, not dangerous, not a threat to Colin. Scared. Running. They exchange a look. The windshield becomes a mirror. Colin sees himself in this man's fearful eyes. Then the danger is revealed. Notice how the shot is composed. It forces us to watch from all perspectives. Colin, the predator, the prey. Colin has seen the monster in clear, dramatic red lighting shed its blood. Performance. The knocks at the door trigger Colin while in a vulnerable state. They feel like gunshots. He feels like a target. 3 days away from freedom, he's been faced with the ruthless, violent, oppressive reality of law enforcement. It's reflected on him. The man behind the door reminds him.
11 p.m. is a required curfew, Mr. Hoskins.
He sits, the map of his jurisdiction looming above his head. We move in on Colin, breathing heavy, shell-shocked. Oakland, USA across his chest. He's terrified. Cut to the next morning. Recognize that this cut, while similar to the one here, is different. He is flipped, sideways. His view is sideways. His world has been turned sideways. And yet, the alarm rings.
Arose from the ashes with the passion. One shot, someone blast and do away with the fast.